prompts equal shortcuts, okay? Anybody here already in my prompt shop? And you can get the link at the top of this chat if you want to join the prompt shop. Okay, so let's do this. So we'll call it 2015 to 2019, and we'll call it 2020 to 2024. So during this time, major thing that people were doing, they're doing a lot of things online. I mean, the list is endless. But in the digital product space, what most people were focused on were courses. And I came into the course era like on the last part of it, right in 2020. So courses, and this kind of went in, COVID actually made this go like 20 to 2021. Okay. But this is what everybody was talking about. And this is what everybody was learning how to make and do. And I personally believe that courses are on the rise. The only thing about it is that courses on their own, I don't think are going to be as popular. There's going to be something that you add to courses that make it as popular as it was. So talking about what people were selling as digital products. 2020 to 2024, we started getting into PDFs, Notion templates, and other types of templates. And that's what people were selling. Still do. It's not that they don't do this anymore, but this is where kind of the info space was going back then. Okay, so now what is 2025? Is, you probably can figure it out based on what we're talking about, is going to be AI prompts. And the cool thing about it is that it's going to be AI prompts plus community. And you can actually add plus community to any of these. Okay, so it's going to be AI prompts plus a community to talk about it. Because what are we doing right here? We are together, we're gathered, we're talking to each other in the chat. You can watch one of my YouTube videos, and many of you do, right? Tell me how many videos of mine you've watched in the chat, just to do a number. But you can watch those videos, but isn't it more fun in fellowship? Isn't it more fun when other people are around? That's why community is going to be like the holy grail for everything that you do. So just kind of keep that in mind. But AI prompts with ChatGPT doing what it does. 2025 was its breakout year. It's been out since the end of 2022. November 2022 is when I think ChatGPT kind of had its outing. And then by the summer of 2023, a lot of people were working with it, using it. It was popular. But 2025 was the year of ChatGPT, right? And because ChatGPT became so popular this year, and let me know if you agree in the chat. Because it became so popular in 2025, all these other AI platforms were lifted and highlighted. Not only because ChatGPT and OpenAI seem to power so many of them, meaning that's really what's behind most of the AI that you see. There's like 3 platforms that are powering it. But because of the popularity, it's now in the zeitgeist. It's now in the words that we use and culture and SNL skits and all kinds of things where ChatGPT is its own character. So you do have hundreds of millions of people. It's the fastest growing digital product in history was ChatGPT. So you do have hundreds of millions of people using ChatGPT. And They'll use it. We use it. I use it every watching so many of my videos. I see your responses. Somebody just found me. I love that too. That makes me super happy. So so many people use it. Only a fraction of the people who will eventually use it in 2026, 2027, 2028 are using it now. So if you think about it, I interviewed Sam Altman, who is the OpenAI founder, right? I interviewed him in July 2023. I've known him for 10 years plus. And I interviewed him. I put that on this YouTube channel. You can search both of our names and find it. And I said to him, do you think that today, July 2023, that we have just scratched the surface of what OpenAI can do and ChatGPT can do? And he said, it's going to be mind-boggling. And he was right. So 2 years later, ChatGPT is outrageously ubiquitous. It's everywhere. And the capabilities of it have gone up so high. So that's happening. That it is doing more than we ever thought it could. So think about 2 years from now, what ChatGPT and other AI that is powered by it might be capable of. Also think about the fact that even though there are hundreds of millions of people using it, two things. More people will use it. Let's say that even only 2x the number of people use it in the next 2 years. That's hundreds of millions of people of the population. I think it'll be even more than that. I think it'll be past 1 billion, 2 billion. But let's not even say anybody else joins. Don't even have to worry about someone else joining, even though they will. Most people using ChatGPT are using maybe 2% to 10% of its capabilities. Meaning most people, including some of us and me, I mean, I'm one of them, don't really know how far we can use ChatGPT or what it is capable of. This is my prediction. Somebody said 20%. That's a good guess. Your guess is as good as mine. This is my prediction. I would bet if anybody here wants to just take out their ChatGPT and ask it, what percentage, what do you think the normal average person is using of ChatGPT, like what the potential of ChatGPT? And tell me what percentages you get. That'd be kind of fun. But I'm going to say it's probably 2 to 10%. If it's higher, cool. But if it's less than 50%, that's opportunity for you. That's opportunity. So I saw this opportunity. Like I see so many opportunities. I see them a little bit ahead of time, right? You can Google me if you want to know what that means. I saw this opportunity about 5 or 6 months ago. And I said, like, yes, ChatGPT is super accessible because you can get the free model. Yes, it's super simple to use because you can just talk to it like a person, like ask it a question like you're asking another human being. As long as you can write an email or send a text, you can use ChatGPT. Isn't that interesting and cool? So go ahead and take a picture of this because I'm going to take this down. But I said, that's true. But I don't think we're using it to its full capacity, and its full capacity is going to grow exponentially over the next 2 years. Exponentially over the next 2 years. So if we're not using it to its potential, there are going to be a few people, like the people here, right? Like you, there are going to be a few people who realize that, and they are going to be the ones who make more money using AI, because there are people who have been coders all their lives, or they know how to like do really technical stuff, and they're going to do really well in this AI revolution that we're in. Over the next 2 to 5 years, they're going to be set millionaires, maybe even billionaires, People who start big AI companies are going to do well, most likely, right? What I'm saying, though, is that for the rest of us who are really good at communicating, and being a guide and being helpful to other people. For those of us who are helpful to other people, this opportunity is to be like a walking guide. Like, when you go to a different city, sometimes, like, especially in a big city that's kind of known for something, like London or LA or New York, they'll have walking guides. I don't think there's walking guides in LA. We don't walk around here, but you know what I mean. There'll be like these walking guides. Has anybody ever done one of those? Has anybody ever done like a walking tour? And I'm going to put this, keep that there for a second. There's also, if you go to like Airbnb now, they have these guides. So instead of just getting a place, you can also get a guide who's a local who will take you around that city. Yeah, there's walking guides in Minneapolis. Exactly. Yes. So that, to me, this is my vision. I want you to see if you all see this with me. My vision is that there are going to be these engineers and these coders and these people who are doing these deep tech, taking AI to its limits. Then there are going to be people who use it lightly, use AI very, very lightly, to ask it to put together a recipe, to ask it to help plan something, to ask it questions about their homework, or ask it about, right now I'm in a bet with my mom, because we do this all day long. My family, they'll call me. I'll think it's important, emergency, and she'll say, what was that little boy's name from the 1984 movie? And there's somebody over there, my brother, somebody's over there betting her, right? So they're going to be people who use it like that. Think about the last time you used ChatGPT. How did you use it? There are going to be people who use it for their business. A lot of us watching this use it for our business. I use it every single day as something to get something on the canvas so I can work with it and do my magic with it. But then there's going to be a few people who understand what I'm about to tell you, who I believe are going to have a very interesting ride with AI. And they're going to be the interpreters. They're going to be the guides. They're going to be the people who provide a bridge between people who use it very, very lightly and incredible capacity and potential of ChatGPT and other AI models. And what they're going to do is they're just going to study, right? They're going to use it for themselves, and they're also going to study it. So, for instance, if you have used ChatGPT in the last 30 days if you've used my custom GPT that I give away for free, if you use any of my paid prompts, if you used anything on your own on ChatGPT to help you with your business, and it has helped you make money or save a bunch of time or have a breakthrough, I want you to let me know in the chat. Because what seemed like normal to you is not normal, is abnormal to other people. It's not even in their realm of consciousness. They don't even know that that is possible. It's not for any other reason, but we are kind of the early adopters to things. You may say, well, there's probably it sounds like there's like 800 million or 500 to a billion people are there early adopters. Yeah. This is like where we are with ChatGPT today is child's play. It's literally, in my opinion, like a person being born and getting older. Let's say we're 5 to 10 years old as a person. So it's over the next couple of years, that's going to grow. That'll be like maybe 2 years from now to be like we're in college. So it's going to be crazy. And maybe 2 years from then, it'll be like we're 40 or 50 and we have all the seasoning. Does that make sense? So what I'm saying, in other words, by 2030, it could be that ChatGPT is entirely different than what it is today. It's unrecognizable. It's like when we get the iPad, we get our iPhones out, and we look back at Steve Jobs coming out on stage talking about the very first iPhone and how everybody gasped. And we're like, whoa, this is crazy. And like the 17 versus the 1 is just miles and miles and miles apart. I just think it's going to happen faster, even faster than that. 2 years from now, it'll be unrecognizable. And then 4 years from now, it'll be taken off. But what we're doing by being early adopters, and not only early adopters, but we're using it frequently, is that we are now training ourselves how to use it. We're asking it better and better questions, and we are studying it. So we're observing and we're using, studying, and implementing. We are now in this group of people. Let's say there's well, let me go ahead and erase this. We're now in a group of people that has a very, in my opinion, again, these are like lots of my opinions, but no financial claims here. But I believe that there is a group of people watching this right now who have the potential to make a ton of money. I believe. Want to be careful how I say it. With AI prompting. So let's say that here, and it's just going to be pretty broad, okay? So let's say that here is like most users. And this is like everyone else. And they just kind of like, they don't really know what it is, okay? And then up here, like, the AI billionaires, okay, and like big companies, right? That's like a tiny piece, and that's kind of how the world works, unfortunately, where like a few people get a ton of the stuff. And this is what most users are going to do. They're just going to use it. That's awesome. Great. But I believe that I think this is us. I think this is us where we are learning how to be guides and bridges. Is this making sense, everyone? Is this starting to kind of crystallize? I see crystal. Is that, yeah, is that making sense? Yeah. So I think this is us. This is why 6 months ago or so, I said, what is a way that I can help these groups, especially this group, have like a better experience using AI? Because one of the things that has been very important in my life has been making sure that no underrepresented, no underestimated person is left behind. That we are all inheritance of this tech revolution, all of us, and it shouldn't be just for a few up here. So I said, how can I make that possible and make it more relatable, more accessible to people? Well, part of what I have learned, and what you probably have learned along the way, is that the better the prompt, the better the thing you type in to ChatGPT, Claude, Perplexity, Lovable, Notion, etc., the better the prompt, the better the outcome, the result, the more detailed, the more precise, the more helpful. And I know that, like most things, 100% of people are not going to all want to learn how to do that. And in fact, there are some prompt certifications and all kinds of stuff you can do to become a master prompter. And I don't want to do that. But I can tell you some things right here that in this space that are hundreds or even thousands of prompts that make people's lives easier. This is live right now. Somebody asked, is this live? Yes, it's live. Makes people's lives easier. So the one thing that you have to ask yourself to understand if you are the right person to do this is, do I want to be helpful? In this AI revolution, do I want to be helpful? That's what I asked myself a few months ago when I said, what would I do to help this group of people? And help this group of people, everyone else become a user? Because it's like AI is here. We can't avoid it now. And to help the users become the helpers. And some of these become the AI billionaires. Some of them, not all of them want to be, right? How do I get people, boo, 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 boo? I said, well, prompts, because the better the prompt, the better the result. So what I did was I looked back at all the prompts that I had been using, that I had used once or multiple times. And the ones that gave me the best results, that helped me the most, I started to package those. I started to package those prompts and place them inside what I call now Arlan's prompt shop. And the premise behind it was, you go to a vending machine. I don't know about you, but like my family, when I was growing up, we were poor. And there were two things that my mom and my brother always wanted to own. And I don't know why we don't own them today. We probably should, just for nostalgia. Two things we always wanted to own: a laundromat and a vending machine. Because to us, it felt like once a week we could go and kind of collect these coins, like it was like our own casino. And it was just really meaningful to us. And the idea of someone just having to pay $1 or $2 or a few quarters, but multiple people using that, and we restocked it, right? And us having that like adds up. That was the whole idea. It was like such a beautiful kind of memory for us. Just wishing one day. Actually, I think I might do that. That might do that for our family. Anyway, so I had this idea, okay, if I'm going to do a prompt shop, I don't want it to just be like this little, like plain website that's kind of boring. And it's like, oh, buy a prompt from me and I'll give you a PDF. I wanted it to feel like you were getting candy, that you were getting the vending machine. So I called it my prompt shop, and the visuals of it is like a vending machine full of AI prompts. And what I did was I uploaded dozens of those prompts, and I sold them individually, and then I sold some of them as bundles. And over the last 4.5 months, and I'm going to pause for a second to answer this question, I have already bought a lot of your prompts before the offer to resell them. Would I still be able to resell them now? Yes, when you buy the prompt shop offer, which is linked at the top of this chat, and it's also linked in my descriptions of my videos, recent videos. When you buy that, you're not just buying the prompts, which is a huge deal, by the way. It's like hundreds of dollars worth of prompts, and now more than that. But you're buying a license to resell, and you only can resell them if you have the license. That's why this is such a cool deal. $99 is kind of crazy. Okay, so what I did was 4.5 months I sold, and now more than 600 people have purchased from my prompt shop. And what surprised me the most, I have to be honest with you. Yes, this is very live. Hi, everybody. What surprised me the most is how many prompts people bought at a time. I would get orders for $100. Like, I'm selling prompts for $3 and $5 and $10. Sometimes I sell prompts for more, but I would get so many in one pack because they're so useful and valuable. A lot of times people would come back and order for a second time once they had one or two. I also did something that I think everybody can do for any product that they're selling, is I gave a discount or I gave like a free, this is better than a discount. I gave a free sample of that. Now, some people are going to say that's like drugs, but whatever. I'm going to say it's like Costco or Sam's, okay? When you go to Costco or Sam's, what do they have out for you? Some people go to Costco and Sam's on a Saturday or a Sunday just to have lunch, right? Have a free lunch. You just go around and you pick this up. It is white labeling, yes. Thanks for asking, Jasmine. So you don't have my name on your prompts unless you want to. You can put with the license, you can put my name on it if you think it'll help you, or you can take it away. That's what the license buys you. So those free samples. So that's what I did. I had free samples of some of the prompts, this, that, and the other. And then when they used the prompt, they were like, this is so good. That's why I would pay you to get a prompt. Right? So I want you to look at this. Please take a picture of it if you can. Or at least take notes, because I'm going to erase this in a second. But I want you to look at this and I want you to see if you want to be everyone else that's not using it. Do you want to be most users? And that's okay, by the way, if you do. But if you want to be a bridge and a guide and you want to take it a little step further, I really believe that the prompt shop model that I have put together is exciting. I'm not the first person to make a prompt shop, by the way. There are other prompt shops. They have thousands of prompts, and I think they're, cool. But this is bespoke. This is more crafted. This is more independent. And what I did was I sold those prompts. I tested them. I didn't just make a bunch of prompts on ChatGPT and then sell them. I tested every single one of them. And if something didn't come out right, it was confused, I would redo it. And then I would redo it and edit and edit and edit. It was like being in the lab or making food or something. Okay, I will show one sec. So what I did is I put those up for sale so people could buy them. And then now, 1 week ago, I officially launched my prompt shop in a box. Prompt shop in a box. I'm putting the link here again, just in the chat. It's also in the pinned comment. And that is taking all of this and putting it in one container and then handing it over to you so that you do not have to come up with the prompts yourself, but you still have flexibility to make a prompt about anything you would like. So I'll explain what that means in a minute, but first I'm going to go back to someone asking me for an example. And I'm going to assume that you mean an example of one of my prompts. So what I will do is go to one of my prompts here. I'm not going to be able to show it on the screen because the way that YouTube is. But some of my prompts I won't be able to do because some of my prompts, and this is kind of the point, are like a full page of words or even 2 solid pages of words. That someone else, it would take them weeks to figure out this prompt. But all you do is you copy it, you paste it into ChatGPT or Lovable or whatever it's meant for, and it says it, and then you get the output. So, but other prompts, but if somebody just wants an idea of what does a prompt mean? What is a prompt? Let me know in the chat if you're not sure what a prompt is, and it's okay if you don't know. This is why we're here. But you probably used a prompt, you just didn't know it was called this. Okay, so think about what I'm teaching you right now and how you could just take what I'm teaching you and teach other people this, but just in your topic, and do the exact same thing. Okay, so yes, somebody said, is it all the prompts? So every prompt that is in my prompt shop is in this resale license. Every single one, plus 100 new ones for businesses. What that means is, if you've looked at my prompt shop and said, "Ooh, I love this, but I wish I could get them all, but that's going to be like several $100s," you can now get it as part of this $99 deal. And on top of that, you get the rights to resell them. Yeah. So a prompt would be like, a simple prompt would be like, tell me 10 things I can sell. So this is a simple prompt, and a lot of people don't even know to do this, that ChatGPT can do this for them, right? This is a simple prompt. And that'll get you far. That'll get you really far. But if you were to say something like, you are my sales mentor. This is all the ChatGPT, by the way. I have prompts for multiple places, but I'm talking about ChatGPT right now. You are my sales mentor. I am looking to expand. You see what I'm saying? It goes on and on. My offerings. And if you use ChatGPT at all, I could say this: based on what you know about me, or if you don't use it, or if it doesn't know you, you can tell it about yourself based on ... And by the way, this is like, okay, this is good. We haven't even gotten to great yet. Okay, based on what you know about me, give me 3 of your best offer ideas, customized to my niche and audience profile. Okay, so we get a little bit more in the weeds. And this is just good. Great, I'm not going to write out. What I'm going to tell you is my prompt shops. Prompts. I even have a thing that I do, which is an ultimate. So, okay, good, great, and ultimate. So that's why some of my prompts are 2 pages long. So I'm going to go back to somebody who asked me, are they good to customize for my interests? And again, if you want this all just done for you, look at the link that I just put here. It's just all done for you. Okay. So someone said, is it good to customize for my interests? This is a perfect question. 100%. That is the whole purpose of it. So what I did was, I have different sections to it. So I'll show you. Take a picture of this if you want. This is a free prompt for you that I just made up. Free prompt. Take a picture. Okay. I'm going to show you what you get. Anybody else want to know what you get in the prompt shop in a box offer? That's what it's called. Prompt shop in a box. Anybody else want that? Let me know if this is helping anybody. Tell me in the chat if this is helping you. And if you like my lives, you know, I've been doing a couple of lives more recently. I did one on Wednesday. I'm doing one today. Let me know if you like these lives where I'm training. Okay. Yeah, great. Awesome. Okay. So in my prompt shop in a box, prompt shop in a box. Link. Okay. In my prompt shop in a box, you get, and this is gonna seem like it's too good to be true, but I'm telling you, I'm not making a typo. This isn't a typo. Okay. You get all of my business and YouTube prompts. All. So if we just stop there, you've already saved hundreds, if not thousands of dollars. Because each of my prompts costs $3 to $97, each of them. For $99, you get all of them. I'm continuing going to answer that question about your interests. That's why I'm doing this, okay? So the person who asked, will this work for my interests? So you get all of my business and YouTube prompts for just $99 on sale right now. Anybody going to grab it right now before I even go to the next thing? Anybody just like, yep, sold, done. You even can do a payment plan if you need to. So go to this page that I linked to, look in the description and the linked blue link. Go to my Stand store, or just go straight to my Stand store. Actually, it's linked in a special link. So go to that page that I linked. Go to the blue words that say payment plan, and you can actually do it that way too. Okay. Then, so you get, okay, let's just stop there for a second. You get all of my business and YouTube prompts. If anybody here, I saw a couple of people, but if anybody here has used any of my business or YouTube prompts, you know that they're super helpful on their own. Like let me tell you an example of one. An example of one would be your membership landing page prompt, which is normally $97 when I sell it. $97 on its own, one of the more than 100 prompts you get. Where I just take you, I give you 2 pages almost of a prompt. You copy it. You then go over to Lovable, and Lovable lets you do 1 or 2 of these for free, and then you pay like a monthly if you want. So worth it. And you paste it. You change the words that are in brackets that say like your niche or the name of your company or something, just a couple times. You press return. You give it 5 minutes or so, and Lovable creates an entire sales page based on what I know converts sales. So that's one of more than 100 prompts included in this. That's why it seems so crazy, but people don't quite understand that it's all included. So even if you paid $99 for that one prompt, and it gave you a sales page that helped you make more than $99 or saved you $500, $1,000, $2,000 for getting it made elsewhere, you've already made your money back. So you get all of my business prompts, all kinds of things, how to make lead magnets, how to get your YouTube thumbnails where people click on your videos. And if you get more clicks, you get more views, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Then on top of that, this is where the question comes into place. You get my custom GPT. And it's the unlimited version. So what this means is my niche is business entrepreneurs. My audience are entrepreneurs, certain ages, certain groups. So my prompts are going to help you. But what if your audience is not that? Like you could totally just use this and make money. But what if your audience is not that, or you have other ideas and it's not already in the prompt shop? My custom GPT, I trained it. And when I say trained it, I mean that there are at least 20 documents, not pages, documents that were uploaded to this GPT based on all of my trainings about prompts. No one on earth could replicate it because it's my intellectual property trained this. And what you do is when you get there, it gives you a prompt and it says 3 options. It says, make me 5 new prompts, tell me what you can help me do, and 1 other. And you just click on it, 1 button. And then you tell it what your niche is, what your audience is. And then it prints out prompts for you. Sometimes the prompts are a sentence, sometimes they're pages long. You copy that prompt, you put it into a PDF, you can now sell it. So you can see how there's like unlimited number of prompts. No 2 people are going to have the exact same prompts because they're going to say 1 little word or 1 little thing that's going to make theirs unique. So this is like buying a machine. So this is like buying a pack of candy. You know how we used to sell candy in school? This is like buying several packs of the candy to sell at wholesale. And this is like buying a machine that in your bedroom prints out the candy. And if I had that, I would not be here today. You see what I mean? So this is unlimited printing of, and I say printing, I mean creating your prompts, but that's how I want you to visualize it. So you have unlimited here. You also get, and this is the most important part, you get the license to resell. So all of these prompts that I worked on are mine. That's why I sell them. You are buying with that $99 the license that you need in order to resell all of these prompts and to use my custom GPT to make your other prompts. Yeah, that's insane. I know. Somebody says, is that your cash playbook GPT? No, it's not. No, it's not. This GPT was specifically trained to be part of my prompt shop the only thing it does is makes prompts based on my training. You see? License to resell. This is really important because especially here where all of my business ones are already pre-made, you can't just buy it and sell it. That would be wrong. But you get the license to resell this as many times as you like. Again, you can either have my name on it if you think that'll help you, or you can have it without my name. It comes without my name, but you can add my name if you want to. I appreciate everybody. Okay, I'll come back to your questions. I love it. Okay, so you get that. You also get all of my training. You get my training, which I took a lot of time to put together, that answers every question that I've seen here is answered in my training. There's some people here, I put this up in Prompt Shop in a Box. So there's some people here who are actually watching from Prompt Shop in a Box. You're already licensees. And so you've seen this training. But you get my training too. So what a lot of people would have done is sold the training separately. And then they said, okay, now buy this if you want it. It's not a bad model. I'm not saying it's bad to do, and I might even recommend you do it. But you're getting it all of this for $99. All of it. And there's more because you get a peer community. And remember I said earlier, if you were here at the very top of this, I said that everything in the last 10 years that we've been selling as digital products, 2025 plus is all about pairing that with community. So you actually get to ask questions, to share your wins, to get people involved in what you're doing so you can have that accountability and you can have that help 24 hours a day. You get all of this. Now, obviously, you've probably seen people talk about their offers before and they stack their offers and they're like, if this was just $10,000, would that be worth it? But obviously, look at me, I can't spell. Nobody told me I didn't spell this right. Obviously, I could sell this for like $1,000 or $2,000. Easily. easily could sell this for $2,000. Easily could. But it's $99. That price will go up very soon. But I want you to have all of this. Okay, so who is, I see some people said, yeah, I'm getting it. Who's getting it right now? If you get it right now, I'll shout you out. If you buy it right now, especially if you buy it through school, I'll shout you out because I can see it easier. Buford, what's up? What's up, Tammy? Buford and Tammy signed up. Carrie Spears signed up. Letitia. Mine darling, I like that. Wit. Carla. Tanya. Okay now. Ingrid. Kim. Y'all are killing it. Keep going. So take a picture of this. As soon as you sign up, if you sign up through school, which is that link I gave you, you immediately get access to all of this. Immediately. If you sign up through Stan, because you're getting the payment plan, I'm going to manually email you the ability to come in. Okay. Tanya said, trust. It is definitely worth it. It's a great as an income source before Black Friday. So good. We're going to be talking about in all of our memberships, because I know people are here from Your First 5K, from Arlan's All Access, etc. We're going to be talking about school tiers. We're going to do some full training on that in my memberships. We're going to be talking about Black Friday. If you're in my premium sprint, we're definitely going to go all in on Black Friday. By the way, I have a sprint that costs $1,000. It is a 100-day sprint with me where I work with you every single day in a group. And I'm closing the doors on October 31st. So get in where you fit in. If anybody's interested in that, just hit me up. Here's that link one more time. I'll give you the link to the sprint too, because I know sometimes people are interested in that. But we have some really, really awesome results happening in the sprint, so I don't want you to miss that. That's for people who are like, they want to make $2,000 to $30,000 by the end of the year. That's what we're doing in the sprint. For this, you can join it now. After we talk here, because I know you're going to hang with me. After we talk here, you join it now. You look at the training for about 30 minutes, 20 minutes, maybe less. And you can already and look at the license. You must review the license. You absolutely have to review the license. And then you could have this spun up within the hour. And there are multiple ways to use it. Okay, let me go back to some of the questions. Let me go back to it. I appreciate everybody's love in the chat. You all are awesome. Yes. Okay. Yeah, I said, I'm not here to convince anybody. I'm just kind of replying. I'm not going to convince anybody. I just want you to understand what your options are. When something costs $99, somebody asked to have a phone call with me about my $1,000 offer, and I said no, because it's a $10,000 offer. So it's either a yes or a no to me. It's not, I don't want to convince people. I want you to know what opportunities are there for you. This is $99. Even if it's complete bullshit, it's still something. If I'm being frank, right? It's $99 just to try it, right? Okay, let's see if I have any other questions. And you see all the comments. People have purchased it. They love it. They think it's the best. Somebody said it was the best digital product they'd ever purchased. Okay, so then someone said, the nurse first said, after we purchase the offer, how do we create our own prompt shop? Or do you show us that in the training? Great question. I show you step by step in the training how to do it. And you might want to know, like, what else do I need? Do I need to have something else? So you're going to have a place where you're going to have your prompt shop. You have multiple options. The three main options that I think for everyone here are school, which is a 14-day free trial, plus it costs $9 a month to do. That's my preferred one because it's so simple and it's the easiest to transfer my prompts. You just copy and paste, not even copy the prompt. You copy a code, like a long code, and you paste it into your own school and it appears like magic in seconds. School is a really great place. So that's like the cheapest, easiest version, and a lot of people have their own schools already, especially if you've been following me. And so you can incorporate it into your classroom if you already have it. Another option is a stand store. So you can have a stand store and have the prompts as individual items or as bundles. And that works really well too, because I love stand store. Another option is something like Squarespace, which is where my prompt shop is. If you want to have a lot of flexibility on the feel of it, the look of it, design, and you want it to be like this major standalone thing, you would do it there. You can do it on PayHip. You can do it on Beacons. You can do it on any kind of Gumroad, anything that you've used in the past. I'm telling you that the school is probably your best bet, but there's multiple options. And so I teach all of that inside the training. Hope that helped. Okay. Then Tina says, in order for us to use these prompts, do you have to purchase subscriptions to those other apps? So that's what we were just talking about. Great. Thank you. So yeah, so school has a 14-day free trial, and then they have an option to pay $9 per month. So if you do that, you pay $99 for this and then $9 for the first 6 weeks, essentially, of school. All you have to do is figure out how to make $108 back from the prompts. And if you take the training and you're in the community, I can't promise you anything. I cannot guarantee anything, but I'm telling you, you're set up for success to do that, to do more than that. That's the goal. Okay. And then to use the prompts themselves, I think that's what you're asking better. To use the prompts themselves, most people have ChatGPT. ChatGPT has a completely free version that you can do 25 prompts per day. That's all your customers are going to need. So the majority of my prompts are ChatGPT prompts. I would say 100 out of 125 are ChatGPT. Then I have some that are unlovable. And if they're unlovable and you have to pay a little bit more, like $20 a month, it's because your outputs are like $1,000 websites. You see, like it matches. So a lot of people are going to want to do that. So that's how you just explain that to your audience. And then I have some on Pixels, Pixels, which makes thumbnails for you. So again, I'm creating these prompts for my audience, and my audience, if they want just ChatGPT, they only buy the ChatGPT ones. If they want ones that make entire websites for them, they buy that. If they want ones that do all of their thumbnails, so they don't have to spend hundreds of dollars on thumbnails, they use that one for a couple bucks. Where's the best place to promote our prompts and get sales? So I teach that in the training as well. And basically what you're going to do is you're going to, there's four core traffic sources anyway. So does everybody have this? Everybody take a picture of this. Okay, I'm going to show you, I'm going to walk you through some traffic training just really quick, because it's a great question. I train this inside of the prompt shop in a box, and I'm always updating with the latest. So like, for instance, today I put up 2 new posts that gave you some great ideas. So I'm not going to get into those because those are for paid customers, but I'm going to tell you broadly how you could do this, because anybody here could just do this on their own if they don't want to spend the $99. You could just spend several weeks putting together your prompt shop. So this is how you sell it. Just broadly, okay? Traffic. Marie went. Her name is it Marie or Maria? It may be Maria. Went. She's cool. I like her. She says 80% of your time should be on traffic. Meaning 80% of your of the time you spend on your business, so let's just equate it to the prompt shop, should be getting traffic. So then Hormozy talks about core 4. The core 4. It looks like Corey, but whatever. Okay. This is what I'm also teaching inside of my sprint, by the way. We're doing this week by week. So the first one is cold outreach. Second is warm. Third is paid ads. And the fourth is content organic. So, and then these two kind of play off of each other. Cold outreach is when you can literally do automated, like pay somebody to like automated send out 1,000 emails a day. You'd only really want to do that if you're selling something really high ticket, especially to other businesses. I would not do this for the prop shop, but you can do that. You can also just go to different groups and go to different places where your ideal customer hangs out and leave comments that are valuable and helpful. Over time, they get to know you, and then they start clicking into what you're doing, and you have this listed as a link. And this is a very fast version of this because I've taught this a few times, but warm is when you already know the people. So you have customers, you have people, you have friends, you have family that already knows you. You do not have to reach out to all of them. But there's some people who would really benefit from what you have. And these prompts are kind of cool because you can kind of give them as like stocking stuffers in a way, if you think about it. Like, because they don't cost you anything beyond the $99 to have the access to them, and then there are infinite numbers you can make, you can actually give out freebies. If you don't feel comfortable saying, oh, I'm going to charge you for it, you can say, hey, I have a free prompt for you. This is the free prompt, or go in here, and that's where I have the free prompts. And then when they see that and they use it and they like it, then they'll use your other prompts and they'll pay for it. This can be email outreach, your email list. It can be all kinds of things, social. And this is where organic kind of ties in. Then there's paid ads. You can start that for like $5 or $10 a day on Meta. And that's a whole other kind of training. And then there's content and organic. Content is what I'm doing right now. I'm on YouTube right now. Not only is this live right now, Sunday, October 26th, 12:43 p.m. Pacific, but it's going to replay. And 1,000 or 2 people will watch the replay over the next few weeks. And and a lot of them will watch the entire replay. So it'll be really, really solid. So you could put content up about your niche, and you could say, you could tell somebody like, for instance, I could say how to create a prompt shop. And I could give a 30-minute tutorial about how to make your own prompt shop by yourself. And then halfway through it, or a little way through it, or at the end, I could say, hey, now that you know how to make it, do you want to just have it in a box so it's already done for you? Here it is. So you could say how to walk your dog without any issues on the leash. Teach them that. And then you could say, do you want 3 other ways to have your dog behaving and for the holidays and for this and for that? I have these prompts that'll help you. It's just $4 inside of my prompt shop. Or don't even say that. You might say, go into my membership, have a look around. I have all kinds of goodies in the classroom, all kinds of training, and then they just see it. So there's all sorts of things you could do. You could do it all over Instagram, LinkedIn. There's just different things, and this is its own training. That you never fully learn. Also, I highly recommend, if anybody here is pretty like a serious entrepreneur who's like spends hours a week working on their business, I did a 2-hour live on Wednesday. If you go into my YouTube channel after this and look for my latest live, it's one that says what Hermosi taught us. I get in on like this kind of stuff, not just for your prompts, but for anything that you sell. Okay, let me skip ahead a little bit. Awesome. Who's joining? Let me see if anybody else joining can shout them out. I'll come back to your questions. Let's see. Okay, we got Yvette, we got Carissa, Alessandra, Tina, Roxanne, that's my girl, Roxanne Wynn. Anna, we got all kinds of people here. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Okay. So someone says, can this be done on Standstore? Yes, you can do this on Standstore. Let me tell you my top prompt shop platform to use. And this is for a few reasons. So the third one would be something like Squarespace, only because that's what I use for my current one. Squarespace, it started it all. So you can have like creativity, creative, flex. The second, going from lowest to highest, I would suggest would be Standstore. I love this option because I have a plaque. Hold on. I'll be right back. I have a plaque because I made $100,000 on Standstore. It's very, very heavy. It's a heavy beast here. So I'm going to put it on the floor. So I love Standstore. I did that in 3 months. Love Standstore. And what I love about Standstore, did I get rid of my, what I love about Standstore is that if you have it on your Standstore, you have free or paid or both prompts or prompt bundles. It gives people an excuse. It gives you an excuse to show people your other offers. So you could just say, go to my Standstore, Standout store / your name. And then they go and they get the free, let's say they get the freebie, but you're also showing them other stuff that you sell. Right? So that's a really good one. It's like a storefront, Use it for like lead magnets. I really like this version. Highly recommend. Now, the number one that I would recommend is School. School is going to be, almost tripped and fell on this thing. School is going to be the number one option for a prompt shop in a box. So you get the $99 prompt shop in a box, and I'm putting here in the link. Is that the right one? Nope, it's not. That's the spread. Let me go back. You get the $99 prompt shop in a box. And the easiest way to transfer all the prompts that you can, if you want to use my prompts, which you get a license to, is School. Because what you'll do is you'll see the prompts in the classroom. You'll decide, okay, I want this one in my shop. I'm doing wholesale. I'm at Sam's, I'm at Costco. I want that one, I want that one in my storefront. And then you just get a key, like a custom key, which is just a series of letters and numbers. You copy it because I give it to you, and you paste it into your classroom, and like magic, it appears in your classroom on School. That's why it's like it appears. Everything that you saw just appears. You don't have to do anything else. So that's why I love it. You could just give it a price point. You're ready to sell it. So these are the ones I would suggest. This one I would only do if you're going to either get help doing it or if it's something you love doing. Love doing. Because even as much as I love my current prompt shop, it's on its own. It's an island. So it's pretty hard to have you buy anything else from it. Here, you have other offers I can make there. I can get you on my email nurture sequence here, especially if I have the pro version. Here, you're inside of my community. I can nurture you every single day. Is this making sense, everybody? Okay. Let me check for some more questions here. Yeah, I already have a School, and I'm finally going to use it now with the prompt shop. Woo! I have Standstore too, so I'm going to go all out with that. Perfect. I love this. You all are so creative. I love it. Okay. Does Standstore save your emails like Kit? Yes, it does. Now, Standstore has I might get this wrong, but I think it has a $20 a month and a $100 a month option. The $100 a month option may seem like a lot, but what you get with it is email follow-up nurture sequence. So somebody buys a prompt from you for $3, for instance. You set up an email flow very simply. It's much easier to do here than it is in Kit. Even though I like Kit. you set it up and you just add an email, and it says, okay, so 5 minutes after they order, they get an email thanking them. Maybe a day after they order, they say, hey, do you want to join my school group because da da da? Or hey, did you see this video I put up on YouTube? Then you can have it set up for like 2 days later. It does this. So that's another really cool way to use your prompts. It's not just to sell them at face value and like, oh, I'm going to make $1,000 because I'm going to sell a certain number of prompts. It's to use it to lure people in so they can see your authority and your expertise fast. And then they're now on your email list or they're now in front of you so you can nurture them for other things. Okay, I think a few people just joined. Let's check it out. Donna, what's up? Good to see you. I love that you support so much. Elizabeth Cabello Aguirre, thank you. Yvette Brooks, let's go. Okay, now I'm going to go back and see if I missed any questions. Make sure that you check the link here that I put here. So Joni Perez says, how can we stand out from us all being in the same school, like on school? Okay, good question. School, take a picture here, everybody. I'm going to erase it. School, let me write this down. And if you miss anything, if you came in a little bit later, this will be a replay as long as there are no technical issues. So you can always go back and catch what you missed or catch anything that was on this board that you wanted to get. Okay. School. Someone asked, how can we stand out if we have a school and everybody's going to do the prompt shop in a box on school? First of all, not everybody will. Maybe 70% is my guess. But let's say right now we have like less than 200 people in the prompt shop in a box in the first week, which is awesome. Let's say it grows to 1,000 people over the next, but by the end of the year, 1,000 people are in there, and 700 are on school. Well, today there are about 170K school owners, hosts, however we can call them, right? There are 170,000. There are 18 million users, 18 million school users. And all you have to do really is think about it less like, it's not that you're going to have 1,000 people who have Arlan's prompt shop in a box on school. You're getting the white label version. So yours are going to have some of my business prompts that are really awesome. Those 125 that you get as part of this, like getting the candy to go sell. But you're also going to use that unlimited prompt GPT. So there's no two prompt shop licensees will have the same store. It's like a fingerprint or a snowflake. So you will not have the same thing because some people are going to say, oh, I want these prompts. Some people are going to want these prompts. And then people are going to make unlimited prompts for their niche. You also have, the reason there are 170,000 schools is because think about how many interests and niches there are. So even if like you go look up on Discovery on school and you look up like dog walking, or I think I had somebody in who was did it in person. She won a in person, and she may be here. She does hula hooping, and she was talking about her school, and I'm like, oh, I was like, maybe there are a lot of hula hooping schools. We looked it up. There's two main ones, two hula hooping schools. Hers being one of them. She can do 1,000 prompts on hula hooping, and I teach you how to do that in the training. So she could sell 50 prompts, and it's not even about the prompts. She just uses them to bring people in for the other things that she has, the other options. So you're just never going to run out of the fingerprint option, right? 18 million users. Hundreds of thousands join every week. You're never going to run out of customers on school itself or potential customers. Again, no claim of income, no income claims. But if you do the hard work and you study it and you implement, there's a good chance. And then you are using the prompt shop as an accessory to other things that you do. Okay, so somebody's asking about opening their prompt shop in school and having this be a community that they actively manage. So I want you to think about this for a second. I want you to think about visualize this. Hopefully this will help a few of you who didn't ask. Okay, so you have a school and there are a couple of ways here. So you could have a school that is called Your Name, and this is not in order, right? Your Name's Prompt Shop. So you could have one that's called, like mine's Arlan's Prompt Shop. That could be your school. What was your name? I can't tell what your name is, but whatever your name is, your prompt shop. And in that school, most of what you're going to do there is you're going to have classroom with all your prompts, your free prompts, your for sale prompts, etc. You'll probably have your community going with the pin post. And there's a map in there that helps people see where other members are. Other people will comment in the community and keep that going. You probably want to have a pinned post or two. You can have up to 3, where kind of anytime somebody joins, they're seeing the same thing from you. And you might even have in your classroom a little bit of training about how to use the prompts once they buy it. Like, it's free. It's a free classroom training that says, now that you have your prompt, this is how you use it. So simple. Do that. So this is like full on. This is not super passive, but it's rewarding. And you could either charge for this, like, to get into it, you have to pay $30 a month or a one-time fee of $100 or whatever, and then you get all the prompts for free. Or you can make it a free membership, and then inside the classroom, that's when you charge per prompt. That's one way to do it. Another way to do it is to have an existing or new membership where this is just a part of the membership. So your prompt shop is a feature. It could be a bonus that people get for being in the membership because the membership itself is being run. It could be, why do I keep misspelling prompt shop? And y'all let me. It could be where it's just you have 1 or 2. You don't even have to have a bunch. You just have 1 or 2 or one little pack or something that just it helps people. That everything it's like 5. It's 2% to 50% of what you do. This would be more like 100%, right? And this one would be as passive as the membership itself already is. And then you could have it where it's like truly passive, one-time payment or for all, one-time payment for all, or by the prompt. You put up training, just a little video that explains how to use it so people are not left in the dark. You put up a pinned post that says, this is how this works. I am not checking these messages. You turn off commenting, and it's just there in the background. And that is where it becomes truly passive. So you have options, and that's on school. If you have it on your Stand store, super passive. Super passive on your Stand store because it's just on your Stand store and people buy it. There's no community involved. Someone just said, I would love to leave my classroom as a teacher and do this instead. You can. How much do you make a month as a teacher? $3,000 a month, $4,000 a month, $5,000 a month? Most of the things I teach in your first 5K, if anybody's not in your first 5K, let me give you that link. Most of the things I teach in there can get you to the 5K mark per month. So you could join your first 5K for all kinds of training, get this prompt shop in a box, you're good to go. All right, let me go back, see if I have other questions. You all are asking the right questions. This is good. This is good. Okay. Anybody else joining? Anybody else going to join? Let me put the link to the prompt shop in a box. Giving you everything that you need. Everything you need to do this. And this is what I'll do for you for free on a Sunday afternoon. Imagine what I do when you pay just to get in as a licensee. Imagine what I do when you're your first 5K member or a Sprint member. Get yourself in the room. Get yourself in the room. Is Selena here? Selena here from All Access and Inner Circle. Selena flew out from Cincinnati. Cleveland, not Cincinnati, Cleveland. She flew out from Ohio on Friday to have a 30-minute conversation with me. And she flew back because she's like, I'm going to get in the room. Yeah. So someone's asking, is training included? I'm going to put up here that you get training. Everything you need is included. You get all my prompts. And I update these, by the way. So if I come up with a new prompt, you get a new prompt. You get license to resell. Okay. You get the unlimited GPT to make all of your prompts. You get peer community. As your guide. Okay, this is what you get. And it is just $99 right now. Now, if you're watching this on replay days from now, it might be a different price, but it'll still be worth it because it should be $1,000 to $2,000 product at the very least. So you get all of this. What about for beginners? This is built for beginners. If my mom, who is 76, if she came to me and she said, I want to do something online. She already has her eyewear collection. Okay. She sells 6 different types of eyewear, which is amazing. But if she's like, I don't want to do that anymore, I just want to do something online, or I want to have something extra, I would send her here before I'd send her to any other thing that I do. Is this something that's beneficial for someone who doesn't have a niche yet? no idea what to teach prompts about. Yes, because I give you 125 prompts to start with. So you'll go through those and see, oh, maybe actually I will just use these and just resell these and just find the audience for these. Something I posted today, and I'm going to find it. It says, do you need some ideas of who to sell to? So I posted this. I'm going to list them out here. The top 10 people to sell to. I'm going to put it at the end with that preposition. Upset my family name. Okay. And this is not in any order. This is just the top 10. Coaches, teachers, entrepreneurs, social media managers, real estate agents, YouTubers, Etsy sellers. That's 8. There's actually going to be 11 here because I added one. Therapists, copywriters, and influencers. These are 11. All right. So if you don't already have your niche, start thinking through which of these might be interesting to me. Even if they don't appear on this list, your niche is out there. If you don't know your niche at all, and you join, or you're already in your first 5K, your first 5,000, if you go here, you can join this. It's awesome. There is so much training on getting your niche. It's ridiculous. I put the link in the, hello. Yeah, I put the link in. Can y'all hear me still? Yeah, I think you can. Okay, turn up your volume. You're learning so much. I'm so glad. Question is, can I charge more than Arlan, than I charge for my prompts? Yes. What I give you when you go into the prompt shop in the box, I'll give you everything that I've listed here. I also give you suggested retail price. So it's a suggestion. You can charge more, you can charge less, you can send it for free, you can do all you want. When you get the license, you get all kinds of permissions. Would Stand Store be better if you have no real audience? I think school is better if you have no real audience, because school is a community first. And if you have a free membership, which again, I'm going to teach everybody, if you go into my Your First 5K, you learn all about building your audience. I'll put that link here again. But if you have no audience, people will find you on school, join your free community. You can invite people to your free community. Even if you have no audience, you have friends, you have people you know. You can start doing the content. I had the 4 traffic sources up here a minute ago. So yeah, I would do school if you don't have an audience at all, and I would pair it with YouTube. There's an amazing interview that's coming out. I filmed it on Friday at my studio. It will be out maybe Tuesday, maybe Wednesday. I don't know what day it'll be out. And it's with somebody really, really cool. I think you're going to love her. I think you already know her. And we go in about YouTube, pairing YouTube and your offer. YouTube and your offer. So it's going to help so many people. Look out for that. Make sure you're subscribed. I think you have to be subscribed to comment, but make sure you're subscribed if you're not already. Yes, I have someone asked if I have a channel called Your First 5K on YouTube. I do. It's one of the things I teach. So anytime I teach you something, I do it first. So I said, well, everybody said, well, I already have 170,000 subscribers. I can't do this with zero. So I started with zero again, show you I could do it. Made $2,000 in 9 days. Because it works. So Joni says, I want to know if I have to copy the prompts on your GPT chat or is it already has it in? No, so I think what you're confusing a little bit is like you already have my prompts. And again, just join and you'll see it. I mean, for $99, you'll just see it. Let's be real, right? But you'll get all my prompts. They'll already be there in a PDF. There's PDFs for them. On the unlimited GPT, you just click a button or two or type out a sentence depending on what you choose to do. You'll see it in real time. It'll make more sense. And then it gives you the prompts to copy. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, what's the 11th? What is the 11th? Oh, here's the 11th one. Recruiters. Thanks for catching that. But these are just the top 11. There's like a top 100, you know. There's all kinds. Can I add the AI prompts as a bonus to my membership? 100%. Does my ChatGPT, custom GPT, create prompts for people in the ministry? Yes. In fact, we have people who have learned from me to have their own YouTube channels that have their own ministry. And you can absolutely, believe me when I say you can come in for $99. You can get everything you need. Everything you need. Okay, let me make sure that there's a couple of things I wanted to share with you before we go. Okay. So I want you to understand and take a picture of this or come back to it. I want you to understand that when you're selling, we're talking about the past and now the present and future of AI prompts and us being the guide and the bridge. And I think that really resonated with a lot of people, you know, because most of us want to be helpful. We want to be useful. We want to be appreciated. Am I right about that? Let me know in the chat. We want to be helpful, useful, appreciated. I think all those things are pretty standard for most humans. So I also want you to think about this. When you sell prompts, you're selling solutions. When you sell prompts, you sell solutions. So it's just not like, oh, I'm selling a PDF. Why would somebody want that? You're selling convenience. You're selling answers. It goes on and on and on. And you do not need to be technically inclined to sell prompts. In fact, what this is going to help you do, in addition to so many other things that you get, is going to help you become a better prompt writer. Think about it. If you're seeing my prompts, which I'm telling you, and you're seeing for yourself because you're going to use them, that they work really well, you'll start to see some patterns. If you're using the unlimited GPT to make more prompts of your own, and it's doing it for you, you're going to start to see what it gives to you as a great prompt. So you'll be able to recognize it faster, and then you'll be able to even subconsciously make them better. You won't even realize you're doing it. And when we think about how interesting, like I love flywheels. Does anybody else like flywheels? I love flywheels. Yep. Flywheels is when you do one action that leads to another action that leads to another, and it's kind of like a circle, and it just happens on its own after a while. It just causes something to happen. So you get into the prompt shop. I've given you all my prompts, but let's say you have an idea for a prompt, or you get an idea because it's helped you. You have an idea that turns into a prompt. Someone uses it, user tests it. They then get value from it. They then ask questions or make requests. And then you have that idea, and then it goes and does it. So actually a flywheel should be a circle, but that's one way to think about it. So you think about your customers, like you want them to get a taste of the prompts. That's why you would do free prompts or put them in bundles or make them so cheap, like cheap, discounted. You sell them for $3, $5, $6, not 130, even though it's worth that, because you want them to get a taste of it so that they keep coming back for more. Another way to think about this is when you talk, a few people were asking about how do I sell it? Like how do I sell it? Well, if you believe and understand that the fundamental reason that people buy prompts, think about why you bought a prompt recently from me or why you're buying this offer, is for convenience. So I put shortcuts up here. Let's see if I can spell. I don't think I can spell convenience. Okay, convenience. Somebody will tell me. You tell me. Anybody else joining? Let me know. Shout you out. Then you're going to have sell prompt. Someone buys. This is a flywheel. Has success. Document and publish. I'll tell you what these things mean in a second. So this is another example of a flywheel. Again, a flywheel, if you think about like something that you do once and it continues to work on its own. So you sell a prompt, and actually you can start it anywhere. That's why a flywheel works, because you can start anywhere. But let's say you sell a prompt, you put your prompt shop up, somebody buys it. They buy it, they have success with the prompt, and then you document their success by interviewing them or asking them if they give a testimonial or doing a case study on them. One of those three. So document means interview, case study, or testimonial. I think everyone here has picked up on the fact that most of what I teach you about prompt shop can be used for anything that you sell. So hopefully this is helping. So somebody asked me about my Your First 5K YouTube channel, because this one's Your First Million. I started Your First 5K channel from scratch, specifically to tell people about Your First 5K. If you're in Your First 5K, let people know how you like it. Every video that I've put up so far, except for one, has been an interview with somebody who got success from Your First 5K. Small wins, big wins. Somebody did $19,000. Somebody did $5,000. Somebody did $1,200. Small wins. I put up my first YouTube video. Anything that was a success. I documented it and published it because I did an interview with them. And then that post on YouTube caused me to sell more memberships. More people bought it. More people had success. And then I get to document it. So your entire YouTube channel could be simply you interviewing people who get something out of your prompts. But again, it's not about the prompts. It's about your niche and your audience. Let's do this as an exercise. Type in the chat what your niche and audience is, if you already know it. And anyone who does not know it, just watch what we do here. Just watch what we do. Type your niche and your audience. I'm going to give you some examples of what you could do for your prop shop. Okay? While you're doing that, I'll erase this and get ready to show you what you can do with your prop shop and your YouTube channel, or Instagram, or Substack, or LinkedIn. No excuses. You can do this anywhere. Oh, okay. Let me catch up. Insurance agents who lose customers due to not following up. Okay, we're going to do an example. Insurance agents. Is this person's niche and audience? The niche would be the insurance, right? Okay. So you're going to get the $99 prompt shop in the box, which is super simple to do. You're going to take the training. It'll take you about half an hour to an hour. And you're going to pick of the 125 different prompts that I give you and I hand to you in a box. You're going to pick 5 to 20 of them. And some of them will be in bundles. That's how it's easy to do. So you're going to pick a couple bundles, maybe an individual one that applies to insurance agents. They would be just as helped by this. You'll put them in your store because it's super simple to do on school. Let's say you start a school that is a free school. Get a 14-day free trial, and it only costs you $9 after that per month. So that's how you set it up. We just set up her business or their business like that. Then you're going to give away, you're going to have like, this is your classroom, right? You're going to have, let's say you have 6 of these in your classroom, and this is a start here. This is an individual prompt. Same here. This is a bundle. And you're going to have free prompt and free bundle. This is an example, okay? Yours could have 30 of these. You could have 3, okay? So these are all paid, paid, paid. And then this is going to be free as a gift. Free gift, free gift. This is your classroom on school. Your entire school is going to be free for people to get. Okay, if you're not familiar with school, it's all good. Just kind of flow with us and you'll learn more as we go along. So you have a free school insurance agents for insurance agents. You don't even have to convince anybody to pay you something monthly. Forget that. You have posts, you have free training, you start here, maybe even you have another layer. That's like training, free templates, and then something else here that you know you should have for insurance agents. So you're teaching them here something about that's really valuable to them. Or maybe this is actually, hey, check this out, where they can book a one-on-one with you. They can book a one-on-one with you. Okay, everybody following this? This is kind of a sneak peek of the tiers training that I'm going to give. next week or beginning of November. So then you have 20 people join. In the first week, 7 people try your free prompt and or bundle, and they get your training. In your community, you say, or you send an email out or something, you say, hey, anybody want to give their testimonial about how the free prompt helped them or any of my prompts helped them? One person raises their hand and says, yes, I'll jump on a Zoom with you for 15 minutes. You have a Zoom call with the insurance agent who tells you, hey, your free prompt about getting better leads completely helped me this past week. I got 10 more leads than I normally do just because of your free prompt that you, by the way, didn't have to come up with on your own. You came up with it in the unlimited prompt GPT. You take that Zoom video and you put it on YouTube. And while you're talking about it, you have them talk about it. You interject to say, yeah, anybody who wants that free prompt that Mary's talking about, just go to the link in my description. You can pick up that free prompt. That's all you have to say. You don't have to say it's a membership. You don't have to say you have paid prompts. You don't have to say you have a prompt shop. You're just sending people to the goodies. They go to it, you add 10 people to, or 2 people, or how many people in the first month, you add them to your free membership, and then they do it. And then the next week, you ask somebody else, how was your experience? You interview them, you post it on YouTube. You take that clip, that 10-minute or so video, you put the URL into Opus Clip, and that, in about 3 minutes, will give you 10 to 20 shorts. You post the short as a reel on Instagram, as a reel on LinkedIn, as a short on YouTube. And you say, okay, I'm going to do one of these a week. And in the other 6 days, I'm going to put one Opus clip from that interview that links back to the interview. Anybody having a moment right now where they're like, actually, I could do this? So what's funny is, what I think is funny is I don't have to change any of this. Nurses, personal chefs, entrepreneurs, ADT, security people, social media marketers, people with type 2 diabetes, farmers, gardeners, side hustlers, veterans. Are you getting the point that I'm making? Is this making sense? Now, if you may not want to do interviews on YouTube, I'm just giving you one of hundreds of ideas about ways you could sell and promote anything, including your prompts. Someone made $100 this weekend. How did you do it? Tell me how you did it. Is this making sense, everybody? Is this exciting to you? Is this something that you think you can do? And if you don't know if you can do it yet, are you willing to see? Are you willing to try to see if it's something you can do? We have people of all ages, all backgrounds inside of the prop shop in a box. Veronica, Elise, what's going on? They just joined Prop Shop in a Box. I'll put the link again. If you're just joining us, we have been together for about, almost 2 hours talking about the Prop Shop in a Box. If you are still on the fence, ask me your question, because you shouldn't be. You should not be on the fence at this point. This is all $99. The training, the unlimited GPT, all of my prompts. And I continue to misspell things. Suggested retail prices given to you, handed to you, the whole community, the license to resell, and me as your guide. I created a commercial for my cousin using a prompt for the caterer. That's amazing. That's so cool. Are you in my Prompt Shop in a Box? If you are, please make a post inside of Prompt Shop in a Box about that. Please do. All we have to do is to decide the target. The gang is all here. I'm waiting for the link. I use Stan. Okay, the link one more time is being put there. It's also at the pinned comment at the top. Pinned comment. Just click on that link and you're in. If you have purchased using Stan because you needed a payment plan, that is all good. I'm going to manually email you the link to get into school. So just give me a moment after, right? Give me a few minutes after I go off of this and you'll be in just like everybody else. Yeah, thank you for asking. Thank you for doing that. I appreciate you. Okay, see if I missed anything. A lot of great niches you all are working on. You're here to help people. Okay, this is what we're going to do too. Go ahead and join. Don't overthink it. When you get in there, you'll see everything you need. And if you have any questions once you're in, you just ask. It's Sunday right now. If you're watching this live or the replay on Sunday, by Monday morning, you can have your prompt shop up and running. And I'm going to give you continued support. Continued support. So I do some of these live inside of it that I don't do publicly. I'll be doing that this year. It is a one-time purchase. One-time purchase. Great question. So unlike my other memberships, this is not monthly or yearly. It is a one-time purchase. You cannot beat the price, someone just said. That is so true. So true. So I'm going to show you something in a second. I think it's going to be super helpful because I know people have asked these questions while we've been on. What's up, Leon? What's up, Charlene and Teresa? Y'all are showing out. Let's go. You can still join at this price. This price will go up. You can still join at this price. I highly recommend getting in at this price so that it's the most return on investment possible. Now, let me show you. See if this makes sense. Oh. I'm forced to spell correctly now. Okay. The first thing you're going to do, so prompt, we've been talking about that all day. This is what it stands for. So the first thing you're going to do is pick a problem. The way you pick a problem is you think about someone's or a group of people's pain point. What is something that is causing someone, not necessarily physical pain, but they're causing them some friction? That if you could solve this, it would help them have a better quality of life or business. Then you're going to define a repeatable result. Okay. You're going to find that by testing it and then refining it. So you're going to find a repeatable result in your prompts by testing it and refining it. Oh, it worked again. It worked with this. It worked with this. You're going to offer this, and again, we're going to be somebody's bridge. Okay. You're going to make it easy for them to access. By putting it into your prompt shop, which could be school, super, super easy, stand, super easy, etc. Promote it. You're going to do that by adding value. Everybody still with me? So for instance, if you do a free, this builds trust and value, and it leads to sales. Yeah. Anybody has not joined yet and is still on the fence, I have to know your reason why. I have to know. And then you're going to turn this into profit. Turn it into profit. Because at the end of the day, we do want to help people, but we also want to make a living. Anybody here want to make a living doing something as simple as selling some prompts and helping people? I know I do. This is easily something that, again, I'll be careful. Someone could easily and potentially replace their salary with this. Not everybody is going to. So for some people, they'll make a few extra bucks every month. For some people, they'll just use the prompts and that's enough for them for the $99. For some people, they'll just have it as a freebie that helps people come into their other offers. But this is a gateway, in my opinion. This is a gateway to your other offers. Your other offers, maybe things that you charge more for, maybe things that are even more valuable are on the other side of this. Okay? I came on late. I don't know if you already addressed this, but will the GPT inside of the prompt shop make us help our own prompts for any chosen niche? Yes. It'll help you have your own prompts unlimited. If you're wondering what your niche should be, I give you some ideas inside of the prompt shop, but I also give you the full training that you'll ever need to understand your niche is in your first 5K. So there are a lot of people who are in both. I put that link there. Someone says, I'm terrified to make the leap because I have no skills, no foundation in how to maintain a business, but I want to be successful. Sometimes when you are terrified, you have to move. Most people think that they become ready and then they move, and they take action. You become ready, you take action, and then you become ready. Action creates the ability to be ready. So you can stay where you are. You can look at this and say, this is for somebody else. I haven't been able to do something in the past, so therefore I will never be able to. And you can spend the next 50 years just gliding, just making ends meet, just making a way. Or you can take a small calculated risk, very small calculated risk, and see that other people are scared too, and they're there for you. Yeah, somebody said we are all beginners. So true. Someone said, I'm basically paying for this with the $100 I made from my Your First 5K affiliate program. It's a no brainer. So cool. So true. So true. Inside of Your First 5K, by the way, which is $50 for the year, which is crazy too. I teach you how to make, $100, $1,000, $5,000 in a weekend. So go do that. If you're in Your First 5K and you're like, I don't know if I want to spend $100 on this. First of all, you should, because you've seen what I do in Your First 5K, but whatever. Go do the 5-day challenge. Do it fast, and then come back and with all the money you make, come back and buy this. Yeah. All right. Come on in, y'all. Come on in. It's worth it. It's fun. If you've been watching me for the past 2 hours and you're not joining, you're treating this like Netflix. You're part of this. You inherited this. You get to be part of the fun too. It's not just for other people. We got Leslie G in the house. We got Chris Taylor in the house. Loving it. I'm putting the 5K link once again. I've been doing that quite often. Here it is one more time. Let me know if you can see it. Okay. All right. Okay. I'm going to erase this. Everybody take a picture. One thing that I talked about today inside of the prompt shop. One thing I talked about today inside of the prompt shop was using a freemium model. So I'm just going to show you this on the screen real quick. I'll show you this here. So you have this in mind, because there are a lot of people who are like trying to figure out if they're going to do this, but there are plenty of people who know they are. So you've already joined before today. You joined today while we're on live, or you're going to join when we go off the live. And for those people, I just want you to be able to get started right away, because you've already made the plunge, right? So I'm just going to talk to you really quickly about the freemium model. You see the freemium model, which is free plus premium. You see this model a lot in software as a service, SaaS. So like you might see it in like on ChatGPT itself. ChatGPT uses a freemium model because yes, you can get a free version of ChatGPT, and that may be what all you use is that. But because you use it, you start to love it and you start to become dependent on it. So it caps you at 25 prompts in any given 24-hour period. So when some people they get you addicted to it here, they're banking on a percentage, which happens, of people saying, no, I want premium. I'm willing to have unlimited prompts or more prompts for $20 a month. I personally pay $200 a month for ChatGPT because I want everything possible. And I started with free. I then went to the premium, and then I went to the whatever this one's called, pro or whatever. So freemium model, that's how you can look at your prompts. So the first thing you would do is you'd share a free prompt. Now remember, going back to what we said at the very, very beginning of this 2-hour conversation, even though you use ChatGPT a ton, Not everybody else does, and not everybody else has access to this. It's like 100 people on right now. When I look at my stats, I think it tells me, give me a second, I'll do a pop out. I think it tells me, yeah, 1,000 people have been on throughout the 2 hours. That's 1,000 people out of like 8 billion in the world. So only you are seeing this. Even if another 1,000, 2,000, 5,000 people see this in the next few months, that's a tiny group of people. So you're seeing this and you're understanding this whole thing, and especially if you go watch the rest of it that you missed. The top of it is really important foundational information. So you're going to share a free prompt with people that are in your target audience, and you're going to figure that out, and we're going to help you do that. And then from there, people get results. They get results from using your prompt. And believe me, the ones that I have created, the ones that you're getting as part of this, I've tested so much and sold so many and given so many away that I know that they work so well. That's why they're my prompts. You then gain trust from those people. And you end up selling to a percentage of them. So let's say between now and the end of the year or the next 60 days, you give out a prompt per day. I mean, you give out the same prompt, but you give it for free. You'll do more than this. But let's say you give 60 of these. So it's one prompt that you're giving for free, but you got it exposed to like 200 people, and then 60 took the free prompt. And let's say that out of those 60, 30 of them use the prompt, because that's really 50% is the amount of people who will use something for free. 30 of them used it. 30 used it. 60 download it. And let's say out of those, 15 get great results. Then you gain that trust, and then you sell 5 of them buy. But they don't just buy one. They buy like $30 worth. So that's $150 from giving away one free download per day. So what happens if you say, my goal is that 10 people a day get a free gift from me. 10 people get a free gift. I'm doing the traffic. I'm doing cold outreach, warm outreach. I'm doing content. I'm doing paid ads. That's kind of advanced. I wouldn't do that to start. And I want 10 people to get a free gift from me on average every day for 60 days. This becomes 600 people becomes $1,500. What if you give 100 people something for free? It becomes $15,000 in 2 months. So what if your whole goal, or maybe even one day a week, you don't have to make it your whole life, but one day a week, your goal was to get as many people a free gift as possible? Going back to what we talked about with traffic, 80% of your time and effort should be based on getting more people to see your offer. If people are not buying your offer, whatever it is, it's because you don't have enough traffic to the offer page. Does that make sense, everybody? And how cool is it to have these in your back pocket? You can use them for anything. Let's say you do high ticket. If you're someone who sells high ticket, you already sell something, like you've already bought this. It's like $99 is like, tax on something usually, right? You sell high ticket, $1,000, $3,000, $5,000, $10,000, $15,000 offers. I tell you, I use my free prompts. I give prompt packs, $100 worth, $1,000 worth of prompts to my premium customers as a bonus. it heightens the value immediately. Because I went through everything to give them convenience. I figured out how to spell it now that I see it. I've given them all the value to give them convenience, to give them value. And again, if you have downloaded, if you're one of the 600 people who have downloaded my prompts at all, whether you got it for free or paid, is that how you spell convenience? Then you know how valuable these prompts are. I'm going to ask you this. In the chat, if you have downloaded one of my prompts, even if you already said it and I missed it, tell me how that prompt has helped you. If you've already downloaded one of the prompts in my prompt pack that you're going to get for this package. Oh, right? Thank you. Tell me. How has it helped you? Briefly let us know. Thank you. Woohoo! Exodus Summit in the house. Love Exodus Summit. That was so fun. Let me know in the chat. I'm really curious. What's up, Carmen and Pia and Kenya? So wonderful to have you. We're almost at 200 members in 1 week since our launch. Has anybody here of the 100 people here downloaded my, yeah, I have a lot of them. So just pick one and tell me how it helped. If you've downloaded one of my prompts before, if you're in Prompt Shop in a Box, if you just recently did, or if you've had it, bought a prompt or whatever, how has it helped you? And someone said a lot. So give us a little bit more information. Because the point of this is, this will help your customer. I'm going to bring this back to where we started. Okay, take a picture of this if you need it. So someone said, I used it to help me create a freebie ebook. I used the prompt last night and created the ebook last night as well. An entire ebook. Y'all getting this? Is it making sense? It seems too good to be true, but it's not. It seems like you're getting a ton and you're misunderstanding the price, or you're misunderstanding how easy it is. You're not. It truly is a $1,000 or $2,000 offer that I'm selling right now for $99. The price will go up soon. You truly do get all this stuff that's listed here, and I'll move out of the way in a sec so you can see it. And it truly is something that people use and get spun up within 24 hours. Some people started like an hour after. There are some people who bought theirs when they first got on this call 2 hours ago, and they already have prompts selling. Now, before we started by talking about 2015 to 2019. That was courses. 2020 to 2024 was about templates. And then now 2025 to 2029 is going to be about AI prompts, being a great prompter, and community built in. Now, of course, it's going to be about more, but when we talk about like selling digital, by the way, courses are going to have a comeback. Because what we're going to do is put the courses inside the community, and they're going to have a comeback in a major, major, major way. Thanks to everybody. I love the support. I put it in my school. It gave me the confidence that I know ChatGPT well. I have a way I have a way to monetize once I connect it to my bank. It gave me clarity and lots of good information. Awesome. I made an awesome GPT from it. Yeah, there's ones that you can make your own GPTs. There are 2 of those. Thanks, everybody. I appreciate it. Okay, listen. We're wrapping up. I want to wrap up by answering one question from the audience. Anybody have one question they want me to answer? And I'll wrap up and then I'm going to head out. It's been more than 2 hours. Who's been here since the very beginning, even during the technical issues? Let me know that in the chat. Were you here at the top? If you know what technical issue I'm talking about. I know I have a bunch of people in my email saying, you're not live. And I'm like, I know I messed up that first link. Who's joining? Anybody else going to join? Yeah, a lot of people were at the top. Okay. Any last question about selling your AI prompts, about AI prompts in general, or even about your other topics like YouTube or school? Anybody else? Or did we capture everything? Can your prompts work on other versions of ChatGPT? Yes. Yes. I use between the 5 and the 40, just depending. Why do you, this person, Leslie says, can you explain why you say courses will come back? It's a good question. I think that courses are going to come back with a vengeance in a good way because I'm just looking at the time here. Because AI has made it possible for AI and like just kind of this new generation and all kinds of things have made it possible that in 10 years, universities and colleges as we know it will not even exist. Personally, my opinion, I think it's pretty clear to see that unless you are becoming a doctor, surgeon, pilot, something that takes a very specific niche skill, you will probably not learn that skill inside of an institution. There probably will always be a Harvard and always be a this and that, but I don't think that institutional universities and colleges are going to be everybody's first choice anymore. We already see that kind of going away. It's also economic. It's all sorts of things. So I think you're always going to have, I think you're always going to have, they're on their way out. Right? I think by 2035, not even on the radar. But if you're like me, you didn't really love school, but you loved learning. So a lot of people still want to learn. At the same time, AI is, a tech revolution. So there's like the access has never been better or easier. I don't know if it's better, but never been easier. Easier. Access to info. Access to information has never been easier. You have YouTube University. You have all this ChatGPT. I mean, and these are just like this is the tip of the iceberg. And then you have people who are hungry to learn, especially like as we get older, we have less access to things because we have a lot of younger people. How do I say this? Many of us want more education, right? And we want to learn it our way. So you're going to have a lot of people who are, I believe, you're going to have a lot of people who are 40 to 80 becoming teachers, but a new way of being teachers. They're going to use AI YouTube and their lived experience to become our new philosophers, teachers, trainers, guides. And I do think that's going to be packaged as courses, but with an AI spin and plugged in with community and fellowship. You'll also see a lot more in person, in my opinion. You see a lot more in real life. You'll see community. You'll see a lot of partnerships. So people creating not only their own courses, but like mini universities online. A lot of one-on-one. So if you're in one of our memberships, you now get access to peer help. If you're in Your First 5K or Arlan's All Access or Inner Circle, I have a new feature called Peer Help, where you can go on video or audio and talk to each other and help each other. I think that's going to turn into something too. I think it's all in the info space, the course space. Thank you. All right, everybody. October 30th is my birthday, my 45th birthday. On Tuesday, I'm flying to Houston to go to Afrotech. So I will be coming to you live from Afrotech sometime. So keep up with me. Make sure you join my Prompt Shop in a Box so you can get a leg up. I'm going to be doing more training. If you start now, you can learn faster. Simple as that. As soon as you start, the sooner you can learn. Putting the link in here one more time. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss my videos from Afrotech. And again, if you paid via Stand Store, all you have to do is wait for me to go off of this. I'm going to manually email you an invite from school in just a moment. Okay? Hey, that's your birthday. That's her birthday as well. Anybody watch I Love Lucy? She's her birthday too. I don't look a day over 25. Well, that's a lie, but thank you so much. So cute. Thank you. Okay? All right, everybody. This has been fun. Hope it was helpful to you. Make sure you join. Make sure you come hang out with us again next time.